Hi, I'm Claire from Inspiratrix Yoga. Today's class is all about sending breath into the back ribs and the back of the lungs to wake up that really important part of our breathing apparatus. Props-wise, if you have a blanket, that would be useful. And you'll also need either a fat yoga block or a cushion. Enjoy the class. Let's start this class sitting upright in a position that's comfortable for you. And we'll do some shoulder shrugs to begin. So with the arms really floppy to begin with, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up and then back a little. Keep the head straight. Exhale, slide the shoulders down slowly. Let's do the exhales as sighs. Inhale into the shoulder area. Squeeze the mid-shoulder blades together, then exhale, drag them down, making a sighing sound. Inhale, letting the shoulders relax. Then squeeze the elbows in, squeeze the lower parts of the shoulder blades in. Exhale, sighing, dragging them down. Relax the arms. Breathing in fully. Shoulders slide up and back. Tops of shoulders squeeze together. Sighing out, keep moving them down. Inhale, have the arms really relaxed. Squeeze the middle of the shoulder blades in towards each other. Exhale, sighing out, moving the shoulders and shoulder blades down. Inhale, full breath in. Then edge the elbows in, edge the lower edge of the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, sighing and sliding down. Then relax the arms. Either come into Baddha Konasana with the feet forwards and soles of feet together, or if that doesn't feel okay in the legs, you could have legs in an out to the side position. If it helps to support under the knees with cushions here, takes the pressure off the inner thighs. So if that would feel good as an option, try that one. Inhale and activate the feet by pressing the heels and balls together, but then spreading the toes out. Exhale, lift the chest and relax the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the rib cage up away from the hips. Exhale, come into a forward bend, keeping the feet active. Inhale, ballooning your breath into the back ribs. Exhale, relaxing the head forwards. Relaxing the shoulders. Stay here and continue to press the feet together, but then relax the shoulders, relax the neck, and breathe into the back body, particularly like the back of the lungs. It's great to wake up the lungs at the back. Then come up out of that. And we'll come into a twist. Let's do this one leg straight, one leg bent. So let's have the right leg straight, left knee bent. And be aware again of like the feet. So press this left foot down into the floor, spreading the toes out, and wake up the foot on the straight leg as well. Like spreading the toes out, pushing the ball of the foot forwards. Inhale, hug onto the knee, but lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist around towards your left. Take the left hand behind you. holding on to the bent knee with your right hand. Close your eyes and send the breath into the back ribs. Then turn towards the front. Change the legs over. Inhale, hug the knee, but lengthen the spine. Exhale, going the other way. Right hand is behind you, left hand holding onto the knee. Sending breath into the back ribs. Waking up the back of the lungs. Also have the feet awake too. Now, I want you to lift the head up slightly and then take the back of the head back. So lift like the ridge at the back of the head up and take it back just a tiny bit. Then come out of that and into a lying down position for a lying down twist. So coming onto the mat, arms spread out like a T, knees bent, and then slowly ease from side to side of the knees. Going as far or as not far as feels good for mobilizing around the hips and lower back. Then bring both knees into your chest and hold onto the knees or the thighs. Hug the knees in and roll from side to side on the lower back. As you do this, keep sending breath into the back ribs. Then let your legs go, let the feet come to the floor. Let's work with elbow to knee next. Lift both feet up off the floor, have the knees above the hips, Hands clasped together behind the head. Inhale and lift head and shoulders up off the floor. Hold the breath. Curl your tailbone up away from the floor without bringing the knees in. Exhale, point both elbows towards your left knee. Straighten your right leg out at 45 degrees to the floor. Pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the knee, bring the elbows to the middle. Send the breath into the back ribs. Pause, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows go to the right, left leg extends out. Spread the toes out on the left foot, pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the knee, bring both elbows to the middle. Sending breath to the lower back. Hold the breath, tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows go left, right leg extends. Pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the knee, bring the elbows to the middle. Send the breath into the back ribs and the lower back. Pause, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows go to the right, left leg extends. Reach away with the ball of the foot, pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the knee, bring the elbows to the middle. Let's do one more round. Pause, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows left, right leg stretches out. Spread out the toes on the right foot. Reach with the inner leg, pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the knee, bring the elbows back to the center. Pause, tilt the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to the right, left leg extends out. Spread out the toes, pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the knee and bring the elbows to the middle. Exhale, lower the head to the floor and lower the feet to the floor. Take some resting breaths, sending your breath to the back ribs. Sending your breath into the back body. Let's do a very simple shoulder stretch here. Take your right hand up in the air and then cross it over so that the right hand comes onto the left shoulder. And then with your spare hand, hold on to the bent elbow and pull your right elbow over to the left so you feel a stretch around the right shoulder blade. Send some breath to the area you feel stretching or to the right shoulder blade. Let's do this on the other side. So have the left arm stretching up in the air and then cross the left hand onto the right shoulder. And then with your right hand, hold onto the left elbow and pull it over to the right some. Then send some breath to the left shoulder blade area. Make sure the left shoulder's not scrunching up towards the face as well. Have it down a bit. And then release your elbow. And find yourself a cushion, a rolled up mat, or a fat yoga block and place it between the inner thighs. Let's do some, move towards some half bridge lifts. Hands on the floor. Inhale and send breath to your back ribs. Feel them spreading against the floor. Exhale, squeeze the cushion. Get your lower butt muscles to switch on, and then curl the tailbone up off the floor an inch or two. Inhale, relax the hips back down. Exhale, squeeze the cushion or prop with your inner thighs. Switch the lower butt muscles on as you curl the tailbone up, lifting the hips an inch or two. Inhale, slowly come back down. Do a few more of these. Make it more about switching on the muscles than about height. Like if you go higher, you won't get so much of this action. Feeling for getting the lower butt muscles to switch on and also the belly. Like with the exhale, you can be drawing the belly in. And then with the exhale, with the inhale, relax everything. With the exhale, connecting to lower butt muscles, connecting to belly. Also press down through the inner edges of your feet. Okay, then relax for a couple of breaths. We'll do some twisting abs with the prop now. So keep the thing between your thighs and clasp your hands behind the head. Let's do a couple of rounds with the feet on the floor to begin with. Okay. Inhale, head and shoulders lift up off the floor. Hands are interlaced behind the head. Hold the breath, squeeze onto your block or cushion. Curl the tailbone up towards the block or cushion. Exhale, point both elbows towards the left knee. Curl the tailbone up a second time, squeeze the cushion, pull the belly down. Inhale, head and shoulders come to the middle, but keep them up off the floor. Send the breath to the back ribs. Hold the breath, squeeze the cushion, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows point to the right. Curl the tailbone up a second time, squeeze the cushion again, pull the belly down. Inhale, head and shoulders to the middle. Keep lightly squeezing the cushion. Hold the breath, squeeze the thing, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows point to the left knee. Curl the tailbone up a second time, squeeze the cushion again, gather the belly in. Inhale, elbows come to the middle, head and shoulders stay lifted. Hold the breath, squeeze the cushion, tilt tailbone up. Exhale, take both elbows so they point to the right knee. Curl the tailbone a second time, squeeze onto the cushion, gather the belly in. Inhale, elbows and head and shoulders to the middle. Exhale, bring the head to the floor. We are going to do a couple more rounds of this, but you have a choice leg position wise. You could keep doing this with the feet on the floor as you just did, or you could lift your feet up so the knees are over the hips and legs are bent to a right angle. Or if you're having a very super strong day, you could take your legs straight up in the air. Either of those three positions is fine. Okay, whichever one you're doing, I want you to spread the toes out so the feet feel active. Let's give it a go now. Inhale, hands behind the head, and lift the head and shoulders up off the floor. Hold the breath, squeeze onto your prop, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, point both elbows towards the left knee. Curl the tailbone a second time, squeeze onto your prop, gather the belly in. Inhale, elbows to the middle. Send the breath to the back ribs. Hold the breath, squeeze onto your prop, curl tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows go right. Curl the tailbone a second time, squeeze your prop, gather the belly in. Inhale, elbows to the middle, sending breath to the back ribs. Keep your feet active. Hold the breath, squeeze the cushion, curl tailbone up. Exhale, both elbows go left. Curl tailbone again, squeeze onto the cushion, gather the belly in. Inhale, elbows to the middle. Hold the breath, squeeze onto the prop, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows go to the right, curl tailbone a second time, squeeze onto the cushion, gather the belly in. Inhale, head and shoulders to the middle. Exhale, head to the floor, and then bend the feet, bring the knees to the floor. Rest with the hands on the belly for a moment. Feeling the warmth you've generated inside. Now roll over and come onto your hands and knees to do cat-cow. Fine. All right. So positioning yourself so the hands are underneath the shoulders, middle fingers pointing straight forward, and the knees are underneath the hip. Knees and feet at hip joint distance apart. Okay, inhale, let the tailbone tilt up. Let's do this just from the pelvis to begin with. So inhale, tailbone tilts up, belly drops down a little. Exhale, tailbone tilts down towards the floor, belly hugs in. Let's do this just with the hips to begin with. Inhale, feeling the pelvis tilt the other way. The tailbone is moving up towards the ceiling. Belly is moving down just a little. Exhale, tailbone tilts down, belly pulls in. Do a couple more like this, just isolating that movement of the pelvis. Feeling for how much range of movement you have at the pelvis today. So really just moving the pelvis, not much else. Okay, now extend that movement along the spine, but feel like it begins at the pelvis. So coming more into a full cat-cow, allowing on the exhale, it's like the mid-back's pushing up, head relaxing forwards. On the inhale, belly's dropping down, chin lifts a little. But feel like both with the inhale and exhale, you're starting this movement from the pelvis. And as a consequence of the pelvis tilting, then there's this ripple of movement along the back. Exploring that now. And also getting movements around this back rib area that we're playing with today. Like getting unstuck there. Okay, make that the last one. And then come down onto your elbows for dolphin. So bring the elbows down to the floor and measure the distance by taking the hands and wrapping them around the triceps and biceps. They're triceps, aren't they? And with that, then you've got about the right elbow distance. So keep the elbows there. And then let's do this with hands interlaced. You'll see my elbows are just very slightly narrower than the shoulders. That's the positioning we're going for. Inhale, let the head relax forwards and tuck the toes under. Exhale, lift your knees up off the floor, coming into dolphin. Inhale, lift the whole ribcage up away from the floor. Exhale, relax the muscles either side of the neck. Stay here for a few more breaths and feel for sending your breath into the back ribs. Like feel, can I actually get the back ribs to move as I breathe? Both of you, keep lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Pressing down through the whole of the forearm. Not letting the weight just dump into the elbows. It's like the whole of the forearm supporting you. And then bring the knees down to the floor. And then we'll do some standing work. So once you're down on the floor, then ease up to standing in whatever way works for you. I want to do chair on the wall now. So you'll need a bit of wall, or you could do this with the back against a door that's going to be stable, or anything that will be stable. So for chair on the wall, I've got my back against the wall, but then my feet are a foot or two away from the wall. Now I want you to look at where your knees are and look at where your ankles are, and have your ankles underneath the knees. Figure out where are my hip joints? Where's the kind of bit where the leg bone comes into the pelvis, and then line up the knees and the feet with them. Yeah. Lorraine, have the feet a tiny bit narrower for you, I think. Okay, and then check that the feet are straight as well. If the toes are pointing out, bring them so that they're all parallel. Great. And then stay there, Jane. Keep squeezing onto your cushion, and also activate the feet by lifting the toes so you can feel the legs working. And I want you to feel a sense of power in the inner legs. And this is one of these poses, the lower down you go, the more you do feel the legs working. But I want you to stay really aware of the knees, because if you start to push the knees, if you start to do this with the knees, that's not so good for the knees. The knees wants to be over the ankles. All right, ease out for a break. Lorraine, did that feel okay knees wise for you? Yeah, that can be quite a good strengthening one to do, to kind of get the legs to work more, and to get the to just get more of the leg muscles working. So that could be a fun one to do regularly. Put the cushion to one side. We'll do that again in a moment, but let's come into horse stance, twisting horse stance now, just to let the legs work in a different way. So again, here as much as possible, figure out if you could have the knees over the ankles, and then try to send the hips back. So imagine like there's a chair behind you, and you're sending the hips backwards to sit on the chair. So Lorraine, take the hips back in space more. Yeah, and you may feel the legs work more. This is good. And then we'll do a twist here. The toes want to be pointing the same direction as the knees as well. So yeah, figure out which direction my knees pointing, have the toes pointing the same way. Okay, inhale, press the hands into the thighs, make the torso long. Exhale, take your chest towards the left knee, coming into a bit of a twist. Inhale, straightening up, and I want you to keep the knees bent through all of this. Exhale, chest goes to the other side. Keep your left knee bent as you do that. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, chest to the other side. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, twist to the right. One more round. Once more to each side. Keep the hips moving back. And then once you're done with that, heel toe the feet in towards the center. Let's come back to chair on the wall, and we'll also do some arm movements. So find your prop, have it between the inner thighs, and set yourself up again in chair on the wall. Make sure the feet are far enough forwards. So avoid this. Have the knees over the ankles. And then make sure you can actually squeeze the cushion. If your cushion or prop isn't meaty enough, like that's not going to provide anything for your inner thighs to squash against, but you want to get them working. All right. So we'll do some arm movements here. Let's start with the hands, this kind of position. Inhale, feeling the feet active. Exhale, gather the belly in. Sweep the arms up to the side, just as far as feels comfortable. Inhale, hands come down. Exhale, gathering the belly in, sweep the arms up, keep squeezing your cushion. Inhale, hands come down. On the exhale, arms moving up. Feeling the belly, feeling the inner thighs. Inhale, arms come down. Do one more. Okay, then let the arms go. Come off the wall and remove your cushion. Seeing as you've both got a bit of wall, let's do chest opener on the wall now. This is done in warrior one legs with one arm on the wall. So I'm going to do this with a wall on my right hand side, and then I'm stepping my right foot forward, left foot back. My foot is not that close to the wall. It's like a foot away from the wall. And then I'm going to take my right hand on the wall behind me. Leg that's closest to the wall is bent. Other leg is straight. And then take the hand on the wall behind you. You could do this arm straight. You could do this arm bent. You're aiming to get sort of a stretch in the arm and maybe a stretch around the chest, but not do it in a way that feels bad for your shoulder joint. So if you need to decrease this, move away from the wall, or try different positions or angles with the hand. Send some breath into the back ribs. And then relax the arm and change around so the wall is on your other side. And then whichever side of you is closest to the wall, that's the foot that goes forward and the other one comes back. Bend the leg that's closest to the wall, and then the arm that's closest to the wall comes onto the wall somewhere behind you, either with the arm straight or the arm bent, depending on what feels better around the shoulder joint, but still enables you to be in a stretch around the chest or arm. Being aware of how your breath and your lungs move the rib cage. Okay, then come off the wall. Let's do one more thing whilst we're here, which will be like a wide-legged forward bend. Well, let's do a semi-wide-legged forward bend with the feet a little bit wider than usual, but not super wide. And then you could take the hips and sitting bones onto the wall. Have the feet like again like a foot or so away from the wall. So you can take the sitting bones on the wall and come into a forward bend here. Either letting the arms hang down or catching each hand onto the opposite elbow. Explore whether this feels better for you with the legs straight or with the legs bent. Keep sending breath to the back ribs. Then relax the arms. Walk the hands up the legs and stand up. Come to sitting down on the mat now. And if you have a blanket nearby, take a blanket and we'll do some rib breathing with a blanket. If you don't have a blanket, you could just do this by taking the hands onto the side of the ribs. So now, sitting down. If you've got a blanket, wrap it in so that it's tucked up underneath your armpits. Like the blanket's kind of wrapped all around my rib cage, right up underneath the armpits. And then I've got my hands on the blanket so I can pull on it a bit. And then we'll sit here and breathe into the ribs for a while. So close your eyes. And with a sense of this blanket, encourage your breath into the back ribs and the side ribs. Letting your breath be deep and slow. Feeling for making the biggest movement you can with the breath, which means slowing down. Shoulders quite easy here. Doing a few rounds with the eyes closed to feel this from the inside. Sense of using the back lungs more fully. Staying focused on this sense of the breath in the back ribs, the sense of the side ribs moving too. And then release the blanket. We'll do a lying down twist, like where there's a lot of movement with the arms. And I want, with this twist, you to feel for allowing the rib cage to move a lot as well. I'll demonstrate it first. If you're lying down with one leg straight, one leg bent, arms starting in front, and then doing a kind of move where you're taking the arm back and then the arm back to the front. But I want you to make this isn't just about the arm, this is about getting the whole of the rib cage to move and rotate more. Let's do this first lying on the right hand side. If it feels helpful to your neck to have like a cushion underneath the head, that might be helpful. And then if you're lying on the right hand side, let's have the right leg straight on the floor, left knee bent. Inhale with both hands in front. Exhale, lift the left hand up and also let the torso roll back as you go. So you're rolling back into a twist, doesn't matter how far you come. Wherever you get to, the hand might be kind of dangling in midair, that's fine. Then take another inhale, feeling the ribs expand. And then on the exhale, come back down, both hands in front. Inhale, being static. Exhale, moving into this twist. Letting the arm move, but also have a sense of the rib cage moving. Inhale, being static. Exhale, hands move back together. Do another 2 like that, another 2 complete rounds. Staying aware of the rib cage. And the next time the hands come together, switch to the other side. So roll over so you can set yourself up the other way. Lying on the left-hand side. This time, left leg is straight, right knee is bent. Both arms out in front of you. Pausing on the inhale. And then on the exhale, either coming in or out of the twist. Pausing when you're in the twist. Moving back on the exhale. And do 3 more like that. Being aware of letting the rib cage move, as well as the arm and the shoulder. Using this to help get movement around the ribs. Then bringing the hands back. Letting that be the last round. And roll more onto your back for like an on the back thread the needle type pose. So then bring your left knee towards the chest, rest the outside edge of the ankle onto the right thigh. So have the right leg bent. Start with both legs bent. Then pick up the left foot, take the outside edge of left ankle onto right thigh. Then pick up the other foot and hold on with both hands around the right thigh or even the right shin. Inhale and send breath into the back ribs. Feel them expanding against the floor. On the exhale, pulling the legs towards you. Have both feet flexed. Sending the breath to the back body. Change to the other side now. Let go of the legs. Bring both feet to the floor and then cross your outside edge of the left ankle, outside edge of the right ankle onto the left thigh. Lift the left foot up off the floor and hold on around the left thigh or the left shin. Being aware of the back body, the back ribs, the back lungs. Sending the breath there. Slightly pulling the legs towards the chest. Then release the legs. Bring both feet to the floor with the knees bent and come once again into a lying down twist. Just taking the knees from side to side. Just checking out how the hips, how the lower back feels. Just having done a few different stretches and things over the last half an hour or so. And then bring the knees back to the middle and set yourself up to rest for a few minutes. So lying with the legs straight if that's comfortable, or if it's not, setting yourself up with the knees bent, or in a different position like lying on the side if that works better for you. Let's go through a tense and release exercise. Take a huge inhale, bringing your awareness to your legs. Then hold your breath and tense up everything in the legs. Tense up the feet, the legs, the knees, the thighs, tense up everything. Squeeze it really tight. Then sigh and let go. Take a big breath in. Hold the breath, tense up everything in the arms, the hands, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulders. Squeeze it really tight. Then exhale, let go. Massive breath in. Hold the breath and tense up everything in the torso, everything from the pelvis through belly, ribs, chest, shoulders and neck again. Squeeze it really tight. Then exhale and let it go. One more. Huge breath in. Hold the breath and tense up the head, the face, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, your brain, your scalp. Squeeze it really tight. Then exhale and let go. And now let your breath settle back to its natural pattern. Give yourself permission to rest for the next 5 minutes. Five minutes where you don't need to do anything. Whether your mind stays busy or whether you feel settled in your mind. Just allowing your body some rest. Return to your natural breath. Become aware of your breath. Begin to deepen your breath. Sending your breath to the back ribs. And then begin to move and bring both knees in towards your chest. And holding onto the knees, rock from side to side on your back. And then roll onto one side and sit up. So thank you for coming to class today. If you'd like to do more sessions with me, click on the subscribe button. And if you then click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put new sessions out there. You can also find out more about my schedule on my website, inspiratrix.co.uk. I do a few beginners classes, I do some more advanced classes, I do teacher trainings, and I also do fun stuff like workshops and yoga retreats too. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me.